George House here from Today's Country, today's Wax 104.5. Hey, going to take a few minutes just to take a look at the 2009 Country Jam lineup coming up in July 23rd through the 25th. This is an amazing lineup, a great value for your dollar. And when I look at this, I think fun, amazing entertainment. Starting on Thursday with Jamey Johnson. Now, Jamey is one of those newcomers that Country Jam always seems to be able to find right at the moment they're about to explode. Now, you've heard his work before. He's written songs for Trace Atkins like Honky Tonk Badonky Donk. He's written songs for George Strait. If George, the man, records one of your songs, you got to be pretty good. So he's thinking, well, maybe I'll go do some for myself. He's recorded some big songs like In Color and The Dollar, and this is a guy who's all the buzz in Nashville right now. Now, right after Jamey is a guy who, well, if you think you're going to go to a show that's just a guy standing behind his guitar and singing his songs, guess again. Blake Shelton has 5 #1 hits, and he's part entertainer, part comedian, part musician, part singer. He'll bring it all on the stage at Country Jam USA with great songs like Some Beach and Nobody But Me, and his first #1, Austin. Can't wait for Blake Shelton. But then it's all about Tim. Thursday night at Country Jam USA, he is our bona fide colossal superstar. This is a guy who sold 40 million CDs. Think about that. Of those 21 #1 hits, he's won ACMs, CMAs. He makes movies. He was starred in Friday Night Lights. And he is just one of Country Jam's all-time favorites. Now, I really like it when he tours with Faith, when they've done the Soul to Soul tour. But, you know, I kind of like him solo. You know, I feel like he cuts loose. You know, he can leave Mama and the kids at home, come out to jam, and really get caught up in the Country Jam party atmosphere. You're going to love Tim McGraw Thursday night at Country Jam. Friday at Country Jam loses no momentum. It starts out with Heidi Newfield. Now, I first met Heidi. She was actually playing a side stage at Country Jam, oh gosh, I don't know, 10 years ago with a band called Trick Pony. And believe me, before that, they were not known. They were kind of a regional, play the side stage. Well, the very next year, they were on the main stage with Trick Pony. And I'll tell you, this lady, Heidi Newfield, has come a long way. She is a 5-time ACM nominee, 5 nominations this year. That's amazing. Now, she's no longer with Trick Pony, but she's done pretty well on her own. She's got this great song called Johnny and June. Her new CD is getting a lot of acclaim. She's a lot of bundle of energy, and you're going to love Heidi. Now, right after Heidi is Chris Cagle. I've watched a lot of his shows, saw him split his pants once live on stage. I kid you not, and you talk about a wardrobe malfunction. Being the pro he is, he covered pretty well, but he holds nothing back. Chris Cagle is going to let it rip at Country Jam. A great mid-afternoon act. Don't miss that. Now, Phil Vassar is one of those favorites that plays at Country Jam. I think we could have him back every other year or every year or whatever. Great piano player. This is another guy who wrote hit songs for Tim McGraw, for Colin Ray, for Alan Jackson. And someone said, listen, dude, you got a lot of stage charisma. Get your hind end out there and perform. And he's had big #1 hits like Just Another Day in Paradise and Carlene, Love's a Beautiful Thing. And he does some fun cover songs, too, at Country Jam. I never know what he's going to do. He may do Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, country, rock. I have no idea. He do whatever suits him. And he usually hangs around after his show, too. And it's hard to get Phil Vassar to leave Country Jam grounds, but he's a lot of fun. There's just a great positive vibe with him. Then we wrap up with 38 Special. They fit into that genre of, yes, pop, of course, pop rock, but they're going to draw on some of those southern roots, you know, like Leonard Skinner, Van Zandt, Marshall Tucker Band, Charlie Daniels. They have some big hits, Hang On Loosely and Caught Up in You, and they'll get into their set and you go, I know that song, I know that song. But remember the theme of Country Jam this year, fun, fun, fun. And that's going to be a great closer on Friday, 38 Special. Oh boy, now we've come to Saturday at Country Jam USA. Can you say fun? Can you say energetic, electric? This lineup is almost hard to believe that we got these 5 acts all in one day, but we're going to kick it off with the Low Cash Cowboys. If you've ever seen this show, Preston and Chris do a great job. You know, they just need a hit, and these guys will be bigger than big because their stage show, nothing wrong with it. They'll bring a lot of energy to kick off Saturday at Country Jam USA, and they're another group that they just hang around the grounds all day. You'll see them on the side stages. They'll try to get up and play with all the other acts the rest of the day, but they're a lot of fun. Again, they mean party, party, party. Now, the rest of the lineup, it's all these guys. I feel like it's going to be a very competitive day on the main stage because all these guys, they feel like they should be the headliner, and you can make a case for all of them. Jack Ingram, now he was a star in Texas for years before he became, a major label act. He would go from Dallas to Houston and just play the clubs, and he's already legendary down there. Well, a record producer said, well, if this guy is so big in Texas, let's make him big nationally. It was a good idea because his first song, Wherever You Are, went straight to #1, and he's been making hit songs ever since then. Now, Neal McCoy is just he's one of those guys who could be a closer, and he'll see that lineup, he'll go, Sawyer Brown, Gary Allan, I should be closing. So he is going to amp it up about 5 notches and really get that crowd going in the middle of the afternoon. So you better get your beer goggles on because Neal McCoy is, he will not let you sit in your chair. If you're sitting like this the whole time, you're not at a Neal McCoy show, you're somewhere else because Neal won't let you do that. And then Sawyer Brown, wow. Mark Miller and the gang, they've been a band since 1981. Think about that. When they started, Ronald Reagan was still president of the United States. They're coming up on their 30-year anniversary. That can't be right. Yeah, it's right, 1981. Some girls do, Step That Step. Now, Mark Miller's, he's like my age, but he dances like a 20-year-old. That show is just as, if you saw it 10 years ago, or 15 years ago, or if you see it 5 years from now, it'll be just that good. Sawyer Brown at Country Jam USA. Well, that takes us to Gary Allan. Gary Allan, the first Gary Allan song I played on Wax was in 1996, and the song was called Her Man. And I thought, good act, he's another hat act, a cowboy who wears a hat and plays great country songs. Something happened in 2000, I've never been able to put my finger on it, but his music became edgier, dare I say darker, a little more electric, and out of that, songs like Right Where I Want to Be, Watching Airplanes, Life Ain't Always Beautiful. This guy's got a cutting edge and a mood about him and a persona that is really hard to explain, but it's a really fun show. And I kind of give him kind of the George Clooney, Harrison Ford treatment. It's like the guys like him and the girls love him, so you can't go wrong with this show. Gary Allan is going to wrap up Country Jam 2009 on Saturday night. That Saturday, you'll want to be there. In fact, for all of Country Jam 2009, it is the best value for your dollar. Well, there you have it. What a great lineup. Country Jam 2009. We'd love to have you in that audience. Don't miss it. Country Jam 2009.